Well, you know how they say that even a broken clock is right twice a day? Well, I guess the same would be said for the Biden administration, because one of the really great things to come out of the Joe Biden administration was the FTC's click to cancel rule. Now, what this did was it basically required online subscriptions, Amazon, Netflix, as the tweet refers to, but other things like HBO or those random accounts that you sign up for that you don't really remember, but then you'll have to go through like 19 different people to cancel. It required those accounts as well to make it just as easy to cancel as it was to sign up. This would have made everything so much easier. But a court of appeals for the Eighth Circuit struck down the rule. And it was technically correct, but it does annoy me that now this process is going to have to start over. Now, the big, before I kind of get into what the rule was, the big thing that this would have affected is businesses that basically make it difficult to unsubscribe. Whether it's your gym that makes you go down there and cancel, whether it's there's a food one, I think it's called like Home Foods or something. It's one of the good food or something like that. It's one of the meal shipping things. So in order to cancel your membership with them, you have to call them between like 2 or 3 hours a day to cancel it, which they're rather inconvenient times too. So the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit struck the rule down. And they did this yesterday, July 8th, which was 6 days before the rule was supposed to go into effect. And they did it because the way that this process works is a government agency creates a rule, and then they have to spend a certain amount of time, I think it's about 60 days, getting comments on that rule from us, the citizenry. And so they did that. They went through the Congressional Budget Office. They had all this stuff done. And one of the things you have to do is you have to get an economic impact study on certain rules. If that rule is going to affect $100 million or more annually. Their original opinion said that it wouldn't decrease the economy by $100 million. So they didn't do the big study thing. An administrative law judge decided that it would affect the economy by $100 million or more. And the FTC never went back to do the study. They just kept pushing forward. They effectively ignored the judge. So the Court of Appeals ruled that because they ignored that judge, because they never had the study done, that the part of the process had not been checked off. So the rule couldn't go into place. Process is there for a reason. It's to allow us to basically know what the next steps are, where we're going, how to do things. I think it's important, especially in large countries like this. But the problem is when that process becomes, to quote the Declaration of Independence, destructive of its ends. So when you allow the process to be the reason that you remove something that is genuinely going to be a good thing, I think you err. I think this is the big error for the Court of Appeals. I think my hope is that the government appeals this to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court allows them to get away with it, allows the government to get away with not going back and doing the opinion, because I think this is a very good rule. It should not be so difficult for users to unsubscribe from things. Now, the ruling that was issued by a 3-judge panel did emphasize that they do not agree with these deceptive practices, but that the decision not to go back and do that study was fatal to the rule. So the thing that would concern me the most about this, though, is we have a administrative law judge saying that ending deceptive practices like this would cost the U.S. economy over $100 million. How many people are getting screwed out of their $50-$60 a month? Like, this blows my mind that a a judge has made it very clear that there is a deceptive practices issue here in the U.S., and we're not going to let a rule go into effect that would actually prevent it from happening. We're going to put a bunch of stuff in the way to prevent the FTC, to prevent the government doing what it should do, protect the American citizens from outside deceptive practices. I think it's disgusting. What I hope is that if the Supreme Court doesn't get involved, I hope that the Donald Trump FTC fast tracks the remake of this rule, gets the stupid study done, pushes this through, and just destroys these practices that are costing the American taxpayer $100 million or more a year. That blows my mind. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.